students, good morning to all. Today we are going to learn a new lesson, lesson 4, water and soil. Lesson 4, water and soil. We all know that water is a precious resource found in our earth. Water is a precious resource found in our earth. And also water, soil, then air, these are the factors needed for all living organisms to survive, or all organisms to survive. Okay, in this chapter we will learn about water and soil. We will learn about water and soil. What is the importance of water? Yes, we know that water is the basic necessity of life. Water is the basic necessity of life. So, without water, we cannot survive. Without water, we cannot survive. So, water, air, sunlight, these are the factors needed for all living things to survive in the earth. Then, what all purpose we use water? We know that we use water for bathing, washing, cleaning and cooking food. What are the factors needed for the existence of life in the earth? Yes, water, air and sunlight. Air, water and sunlight. These are the factors needed for the living things to survive on earth. Then we use water for many purpose. We use water for many purpose. We need water for drinking. We need water for drinking, and also other activities. We use water for other activities in our day-to-day life. We use water for other activities in our day-to-day life, like washing, bathing, then cleaning and cooking food. All of you understood? What is the importance of water? What is the importance of water? Water is the necessity of life. Water is the necessity of life, and also all living beings, including plants and animals and humans, need water for water to live and grow. Water to live and grow, and also we need water for drinking, and also we need water for drinking, and we use water for other activities in our day-to-day life, like bathing, washing, cleaning and cooking food. Okay, then and also the farmers use water. Farmers use water for growing their crops in their cultivation field. Okay, so farmers need water to grow crops. Farmers need water to grow crops. Then and also large water transportations are large amount of water. A large amount of transportation across the world takes place through water. A large amount of transportation across the world takes place through waterways. We know that in your textbook, page number 199, we can see the different pictures of use of waters. First one, water for drinking. We use water for drinking. Then we use water for washing clothes. Then cleaning dishes. Then transporting goods. We use water transportation for transporting goods. Okay. Then these are the importance of water. Once again, we learned about water and soil. We know that water is the important factor needed for all living things to live and grow. And also, we need water for drinking. And also, we use water for other activities in our day-to-day life, like bathing, washing, cleaning, then cooking food and all. Then a large amount of transportation across the river, across the world takes place through waterways. waterways. Then we are going to learn about sources of water. Sources of water. Sources of water. Then we know that there are two main sources of water on earth. The first one is surface water. Surface water. First one, surface water. Surface water. Second one, ground water. Second one, ground water. There are two main sources of water. First one, surface water. Second one, ground water. First one, surface water. Second one, ground water. The surface water is found in oceans, lakes, then seas, rivers and reservoirs. The surface water is found in oceans. Surface water is found in oceans, sea, lakes, oceans, sea, lakes, then river and reservoirs. Reservoirs. Okay. Once again, the surface water we can found in oceans, sea, lakes, river and reservoirs. Then the groundwater. The groundwater is present under the ground. Under the ground. The groundwater is present under the ground. So the groundwater is nothing but a surface water that has seeped into the ground and collected over a road that does not allow the water to seep through them. Okay, so groundwater is where is groundwater present? Yes, we know that the groundwater is present under the ground. Groundwater is present under the ground. Then we learn about surface water. The surface water is found in oceans, sea, lakes, river and reservoirs. Okay, once again, what we learn? Yes, we learn about water and soil. So water and soil are the resources present in our earth. Resources present in our earth. Water and in the previous chapter we learned about water and soil are inexhaustible resources. Inexhaustible resources. What do you mean by inexhaustible resources? The inexhaustible resources means those resources which will not exhaust on continuous use. The resources which not exhaust on continuous use. Example for inexhaustible resources are soil, air, water, minerals, etc. Okay, so we learned the inexhaustible resources like water and soil in this chapter. So what is the importance of water? What is the importance of water? Yes, water is a basic necessity of life. Water is a basic necessity of life. All living beings including plants and animals need water to grow and to live. Okay, and also we need water for drinking, and also we use water for other purpose or other activities in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life like bathing, washing, then cleaning dishes, then for cooking food. Then the farmers also need water to grow their crops, and also a large amount of transportation across the world takes place through waterways. Takes place through water transportation takes place through waterways. Then we learn about sources of water. There are two main sources of water on earth. The first one is surface water. The surface water is found in oceans, sea, lakes, river, reservoirs. Surface water means we can see the water present on the surface of the earth. The water present on the surface of the earth, like the water found in ocean, sea, lake, river and reservoirs are examples for surface water. Then next, another source of water is groundwater. The groundwater is present under the ground, under the ground. Okay, then next, how we can collect the groundwater? The groundwater can be collected through aquifer. Through aquifer, groundwater can be collected through aquifer. The groundwater can be collected through aquifer. Then next one, we know that glaciers. Glaciers are found in the mountain tops. Glaciers are found in mountain tops, and these glaciers melts to form rivers. Glaciers melts to form rivers. Then these rivers are called perennial rivers. These rivers are called perennial rivers. Perennial rivers means the glaciers present in the mountain tops melts and forms rivers. Melts and forms rivers. Then these rivers are called perennial rivers. And these rivers carry water throughout the year. These perennial rivers carry water throughout the year. Then next we are going to learn about shortage of water. Next, shortage of water. Shortage of water. How we overcome the shortage of water? Yes, we know that in the summer season the scarcity of water is takes place. So we should overcome this scarcity of water. How we overcome the scarcity of water? So all of you listen. First one, shortage of water. We know that on the earth, most of the water on earth lies on seas and oceans. The water present in seas and oceans are salty. We cannot use that water for drinking purpose. We cannot use that water for drinking and growing crops because the water present in seas and oceans are salty. Then only a small amount of water available on earth is fresh water. Only a small amount of water available on earth is fresh water. Then we can use the fresh water for drinking purpose. Then fresh water is found. Where is fresh water found in our earth? Yes, fresh water is found in rivers, then lakes, then reservoirs and underground water. So underground water, rivers, lakes and reservoirs, we can found the fresh water. We can found fresh waters. So once again, how the shortage of water forming. So first one, we know that most of the earth is covered with the oceans and seas. We cannot use the water present in seas and oceans for drinking and for growing crops because the water present in the seas and oceans are salty. The water present in the seas and oceans are salty. So only a small amount of water, available on earth is fresh water. So we can use that fresh water for drinking and agricultural purpose. Then where is fresh water found? Yes, fresh water is found in lakes, rivers, reservoirs and under the ground. In these areas the fresh water is found. Then the sources are not, we know that sufficient water resources are present in our country. In our country there are lots of water resources are present. So in our country we know that lots of water resources are, sufficient water resources are present. Then we know that during monsoon season, in India rains a lot. During monsoon season, India rains a lot, and also most of the rainwater flows. We know that season, we know that the water flows through the rivers. We cannot store the water and supply it to dry areas. So due to this mismanagement and wastage of water, many parts of India face shortage of water. Once again, how shortage of water is occur? Yes, due to the mismanagement and the wastage of water. Due to mismanagement and wastage of water. Due to mismanagement and wastage of water. We face shortage of water. Once again, shortage of water. We know that most of the earth is covered with the seas and oceans. The water present in the seas and oceans are not suitable for drinking and for cultivation, and also because it is salty. The water present in seas and oceans are salty. So only a small amount of water available, or fresh water is available on earth. So the fresh water is found in rivers, lakes, then reservoirs and under the ground. In these areas we can find the fresh water. So these fresh water we use for drinking and cooking food. And also the farmers use the fresh waters for their cultivation. Next we learn about, we know that in our country lots of water resources are present. We know that in India, during monsoon season, India gets lots of rain, and also in India gets lots of water, and also the peoples live in India, they do not have the ability to conserve or store water and to supply the water to the dry areas. So due to the mismanagement and wastage of water, we face shortage of water during summer season. All of you understood how the shortage of water is occur during monsoon season. We should store the rainwater. And use the rainwater for what purpose? In the time of shortage of water. Okay. Next one, how do people get water during summer season? Yes, we know that the people make wells and tube wells, then tanks, ponds and lakes, then rivers, canals. They use the water from rivers, then lakes, dam, canals, ponds, etc. for getting fresh water. So we know next we are going to learn about how do people get water. So first one, the people make water from wells and tube wells. How do people get water? People first, what they make water. They get water from tube wells. And wells. They get water from tube wells and wells. We know that in our areas we can found sufficient groundwater is available. Sufficient groundwater is available from the tube wells. Groundwater, underground water. We get underground water from tube wells. So people make tube wells in their areas for getting fresh water. And another way, the people get water from wells. Water from wells. The water found in the wells is also a surface water. So the tube wells, the people making tube wells for getting underground water. The underground water is fresh water. So they use the water getting from tube wells and wells for drinking and irrigation purpose. Then in wells, the people dig wells. First of all, the people dig wells in their houses, and also they make hand pumps. For getting water. They make wells and hand pumps for getting water. The first way, the people getting water is, first one, they make wells in their areas. Then next they make hand pumps. Hand pumps to get water. And also the farmers, we know that the farmers also need water for cultivate, for to grow their crops. So the farmers install the tube wells. For getting the underground water. The underground water is a fresh water. So how the underground water get through the tube wells? They use the water pump or engine. They are working under electricity or diesel. So the farmers install tube wells for getting fresh water for their cultivation, for their agricultural field. So and also the water from a well or hand pump should be regularly checked. The water getting from the tube wells and also the hand pumps are regularly checked for what? It is fit for drinking. To find out it is fit for drinking. Once again, about water from tube wells and wells. So we know that in our areas, all houses contain a well for getting water, for getting fresh water. And also so the farmers install the tube wells for getting underground water. We know that the underground water is fresh water. So the fresh water is very useful for drinking and also for the cultivation of crops. So the farmers install the hand pumps and install the tube wells for getting the fresh water, and they use the water pump and engines to get water from the underground water or tube wells. And also regularly they check up the water is good for drinking. Next one, the people get water from tanks, ponds and lakes. The people get water from tank, then ponds and lakes. The people get water from tank, ponds and lakes. Okay. Then we can see that in some areas there is do not have sufficient water. Sufficient groundwater. So people make tanks, ponds and lakes for store the water, for storing water. So in areas that they do not have sufficient groundwater, people make tanks and ponds to collect rainwater, to collect rainwater, and they use that rainwater during the time of scarcity of water, during the time of scarcity of water or shortage of water in the summer season. So in areas do not have the sufficient water, underground water, so the people make tanks, ponds and lakes to store or to collect rainwater, and also they use that rainwater for drinking and other domestic purposes during the time of scarcity of water. Okay, all of you understood about it? For what purpose the people make tanks, ponds and lakes? Some areas do not have sufficient underground water. During that time, the people make tank, ponds and lakes for collecting rainwater, and they use that collected rainwater for drinking and other domestic purpose during the time of scarcity of water. Then in some cities and villages situated near the freshwater lakes, ponds or tanks, they get the supply of fresh water from that lakes, ponds or tanks. Okay, so we know that in the present scenario, we know that we get water in our house through public taps, through public water pipelines. So we get that water from freshwater lakes, then ponds or tanks. Okay, next in your textbook, page number 200, we can see a tank in Rajasthan. The people in Rajasthan make a tank for collecting rainwater, and they use the collected rainwater for drinking and other domestic purpose during the time of scarcity of water. We can see a tank in Rajasthan. Next is in Indira Gandhi Canal. Indira Gandhi Canal is found here. So from this canal they get fresh water for their need. Next one, water from rivers and canals. How do people get water? The people get water from tube wells and wells. Second one, they get water from tank, ponds and lakes. Next, third one, they get water from rivers and canals. They get water from rivers and canals. They get water from rivers and canals. So some people live near the river. They get water from that river. So that river water is supplied to a nearby water treatment plant. From there, the water collected from the river is supplied to the nearby water treatment plant. From there, the impurities present in the water is removed. River water is removed, and clean water is supplied to the homes through large pipelines. Once again, water from rivers and canals. We know that the water present in the rivers and canals are not pure water. That it is impure water. So many impurities are present in the river and canals water. So first of all, the water collected from the river and canal is supplied to the nearby water treatment plant. In this plant, the water collected from the river and canal, the impurities present in the water is removed, and clean water is supplied to the home through large pipelines. Then the farmers get river water for irrigation through canals. We know that there are so many sub-canals are present. So through these sub-canals, the canals. The farmers also need, we know that the farmers need water for their cultivation, so they get water from the canals and the rivers. They get the water from the canals and the rivers for cultivation. Then the canals are also used to take water from a river to those areas where there is shortage of water. That means from a river there are many sub-canals are present. So through these sub-canals the water is flowing in the areas there is the scarcity of water. Then the canal supplies water from. Then there are different canals. Many different types of different canals are present in our country. Then Indira Gandhi Canal is an example for this. That means that this Indira Gandhi Canal give more water for the farmers and all peoples. They face the scarcity of water or they face the shortage of water. Then the water from the Satluj river, this canal, the Indira Gandhi Canal, take water from the Satluj river to the dry areas in northwest Rajasthan. We know that the Rajasthan, in the Rajasthan there is they don't have sufficient water, so they get water from the Indira Gandhi Canal. The canal gets water from the Satluj river. The canal gets water from the Satluj river. Okay. So once again, what all things we learn today? We learn about water and soil. We learn about water and soil. We know that in the previous chapter we learned about water and soil, air, sunlight, minerals, etc. are inexhaustible resources. What are inexhaustible resources? The inexhaustible resources are those which will not exhaust due to the continuous use. Which will not exhaust due to the continuous use. Example for inexhaustible resources are air, water, soil, minerals, sunlight, etc. Okay. So in this chapter we learn about the resources water and soil. Water and soil is also a example for inexhaustible resources. Then what is the importance of water? Water is the basic necessity of life. All the living things, including plants, animals, and human beings, need water to live and also for growing. Then the human beings need water for drinking, and also they use water for other purposes like bathing, washing, then cleaning, then make or cooking food, etc. Then a large amount of transportation through waterways takes place in our country. Then next we learn about sources of water. There are two main sources of water is present. First one surface water, second one underground water. The surface water is found on the surface of the earth. So we can find the surface water in the oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, ponds, etc. Then underground water means the underground water is present on the under the ground. Okay. Next, the underground water we can collect the underground water through aquifer, and also in the mountain tops glaciers are present. The glaciers are melts and form the rivers. So that rivers are called perennial rivers. So these rivers give water throughout the year. Next we learn about the shortage of water. We know that most of the earth is covered with oceans and seas. So the water present in the oceans and seas are salty. So we can't use that water for drinking and other domestic purposes in our day-to-day life. So a small amount of water, fresh water is found on the earth. for drinking and other domestic purposes. So the fresh water is present in where lakes, rivers, ponds, tanks, canals, dams, etc. So next we learn about how do people get water. The people get water from wells, tube wells, they make tank, ponds, lakes, then they get water from rivers, canals, etc. Then we learn about water from wells and tube wells. We know that in our houses we have a well, so we get water from that well. The water present in that well is fresh water. We use that water for drinking and other purposes. And the farmers make the hand pumps and also they make the tube wells for getting underground water for their irrigation or cultivation. Then next we learn about the people make tanks, ponds and lakes for getting water. Then during the monsoon season, they make the tank, ponds and the lakes full of collected rainwater, and they use that collected water. That collected water for drinking and other domestic purposes during the time of scarcity of water. Next, we learn about water from rivers and canals. Water from rivers and canals. So, the water present in the rivers and canals are not pure water. They are that is impure water. So, the water collected from the rivers and canal is supplied to the water treatment plant. In the water treatment plant, the river and canal water is the impurities present in the river and canal water is removed and clean water is supplied to the houses. Clean water is supplied to the houses through large pipelines. Then in Rajasthan, in northwest Rajasthan, the Satluj river is present. So that Satluj river give water for the people live in Rajasthan. So the Indira Gandhi from the Rajasthan, from the Satluj river, so many sub canals are present. So the Indira Gandhi canal, that canal give water for the people. They do not get sufficient water. Okay. So let's wind up the class. All of you read your textbook. Then if you have any doubt, ask me. Okay, thank you.